I want to be good at what I do, so I'ma stand my ground. The industry is crazy, I don't know if I can take it. I see people.
My name is Ibrahim. That's the government name. My artist name is Ebrahim Solo, and I'm safe to say an entrepreneur and an artist, a poet. I think that's the core of who I am really. Yeah, so everything else just comes from that. Yeah.
My Lord, see, every other day I grow weary of keeping in the game, yet it feels like I found.
How did I first get into music? I got into music before I went for my bachelor's degree. I had a friend of mine called Carlos Pinto. He introduced me to this producing software called FL Studio, which up till now I'm actually using, and that sort of started the journey for me. When I came back, when I went to India to study, I started to learn music theory. I went to some music class, some guy in the neighborhood, but I think I reached a certain level and he wasn't able to help me from there, because he used to teach kids, so now it's picking up really quick. So when I stopped learning from there, I picked up the guitar and started to learn from YouTube and whatnot.
You taught yourself?
For the most part, yeah.
Amazing.
I wouldn't say I taught myself. There are a lot of teachers on YouTube, so multiple. I guess the challenge is that you don't have a chronological like follow through the process. So you pick this and you pick this up and you pick this up and you have to go back behind, then you have to unlearn something. So I guess I have multiple teachers. They don't know me, but yeah, they've been my guides throughout this process.
People give fuel to the wrong fire as well. Maybe they're the right.
My friend and I have this joke about how we have visitors that come to us. He's a friend of mine called Ebrahim, who's a poet too. And when these visitors come, they bring for us these poems or these songs and whatnot. So sometimes when really just minding my own business or walking or just chilling, I sometimes get melodies that carry me away. So, or like words that I can start to sing out to people. I'm a very singy songy kind of person when I'm in a good mood. So sometimes those songs that come to me that way are end up being like really beautiful songs. So when I let the moment carry me away, and I get a pen and paper or my phone. My phone is actually my yeah. So when I let the moment take me away, the process it's easier rather than when I'm like, okay, I want to write a song. When also that process works usually, but I struggle with finding melody when I just have a pen and a paper and I'm like, okay, let me write a song. It's different, but what I love about that process is that it helps you like churn out all the bad music, all the bad stuff, and eventually when you keep doing it, you get really good pieces, because you learn the craft actually. Yeah, because I've put myself through a test of like writing songs every day, or a poem every day, and when you force yourself for some reason, you learn more. Yeah, so you usually have the visitors that come, and then just those moments where I have to force myself to write. Yeah, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's difficult, but yeah.
So until I get mine, I'ma go hard, put it on Jai. Yeah, we out here trying to change lives, trying to break free, trying to make peace.
Who I make my music for has been challenging to actually answer for a while. Because as someone who studied business and all, I have often been hit with the question of the target market. The target market, who are you trying to reach out to? And I still haven't yet answered that. In my head, I would be like, okay, I want to reach out to young adults who are socially conscious and also looking for like inspiration in their day-to-day activities. So I would say I sort of write songs of hope, so to speak. Yeah, because if you listen to like my first album, you find a similar sense of like the way the lyrics were written. Yeah, this is like things that sort of trigger you when you're down and broken, keep moving. That's a line from one of the songs. Yeah. So yeah, it's mostly songs of hope because I find it easy, first of all, to write music that's like that, and I think it comes from the drive of not trying to write club music or which is not bad music, right? But I guess I have this constant voice in my head from like my mom and my dad. I'm just trying to be a socially appropriate person. So yeah, so I think that has also pushed the kind of music that I make. Yeah. I want my parents to be able to listen to my music and feel comfortable listening to it. Yeah. So they've sort of driven that. But I aspire to write music for young adults that will vibe with that kind of message that I have to offer.
I get that. When you talked about your parents, I just thought about something.
Yeah.
So that they're extremely comfortable with you doing music. It's like, oh. Okay, so they want you to go in the business.
I studied, not necessarily. I guess they want me to have a job, be employed.
You wake up, go to work, 9, 5, come home and take.
It's safer for them. So it gives them surety that, oh, my son is earning something and they're not struggling out there. And you know what, I'm actually thankful for the privileges that I have as a new media. They've helped me become knowledgeable because I've been able to study and have a master's degree. And I've also, I have a home where I can actually create from. So I'm taking advantage of things like that while also trying to grow. But yeah, these things have really shaped the kind of music that I make.
Hey Pops, how you doing? Been a while since I dropped in. I mean, I do it on a daily, but not like this. I got a few things on my mind. I'd like to tell you.
I listen to a lot of music, so I pick
From each genre.
Yeah. So, but generally, the people that stand out for me are people who, surprisingly, not like the old guys that people usually say, like Nina Simone or who and who. It's like the new artist, so to speak. I wouldn't say a new artist, but he's someone that inspires me. Why? Because of his songwriting skills, because of his performance skills, because he can have just the guitar in front of like so many people and still be able to actually wow them. Yeah, that really gets me. There's a guy called FKJ. Yeah.
French Kiwi Juice, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. It's really good.
I think he's not even someone that I might like my go-to artist, but like he blows me away. He blows me away, and I love the way he plays the piano. That's I think I watched this thing. I think it's Jazz Montreal Festival or something like that, and he played for like 20 minutes. I started to sweat and he was sitting on the piano. I was so blown away. I was so blown away. And I think I just like his work ethic and the way he creates his music. It's dancing like he's out there to please people.
He's just doing what he loves.
Yeah, he's just doing what he loves to do. The other person, I mean, then there's obviously like the rappers, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, the usual. Then there's locally, there's Habak Sensamba. If you know him, you should look out for him. Yeah. Then there's Benji Kasule, who helped me produce my first album. Then there's Body on Ride, you know? Yeah, amazing. And then I guess that's kind of like Africa. There's Banner Boy, Wizkid, and he was sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't hear that often. He was savage. Okay.
Yeah, I think the way they've managed to break through the industry and the way they handle the business, I think it's something we as Ugandans need to learn from.
Yes.
Yeah. And also I don't know about, I've never seen their live performances, but a thing that I love about Burna Boy is he's socially conscious. If you listen to his music,
It's not just bar music.
Yeah. There's obviously people will be driven to the ones that will fit into the bar, but if you listen to like from way back, he used to address so many social issues like that made me. He's one of the African artists that I really love for that purpose. But most of the Ugandan artists that I've spoken about, because of their performance skills and their voices, like Habak Sensamba, he blows me away every time I listen to him live. And yet when I listen to like his audios and MP3, I'm like, stripped away that thing from him, like a soul, the way you can actually feel him. Yeah, so those are people that influence me.
But I don't blame them because it's intricate when you flee and it's not at will. You can't
Multiple.
Okay.
There's my first show at the Big Hat. I think I'm one of the few people that started like a one-man show thingy. Thanks to Peter Jackson. So I was the first one that started it, and there were a lot of people that came. So the Big Hat got full and people started to sit outside. And the process towards it, I think, was the one that was really most like nerve-wracking. I wonder how artists who like perform shows constantly deal with it. And that's my aspiration, so at least now I'm in touch with the feeling. I hope I'll be able to like override it so I get more and more comfortable to perform. But that performance was really a great one because how long I managed to put it for show for, people that helped me, and my dad came through, which is surprising. Yeah. Then the other performance was the one that I had from National Theatre, which was I think last year. Show it was called Empty. So it was a mixture of poetry and music. So the idea was to leave the crowd feeling empty. So it had like an anti-climax. So it was, I liked that the people felt empty, but they also left feeling happy about pieces. When I look back, I'm like, oh, I've grown so much. Yeah. But this show, I was invited by a lady that met me somewhere. She told me to perform one song and a poem. So she's like, oh, you should come to my show. I was cold at that point in time. I get cold really easily. So my vocals had sort of been constrained. And the fact that I'm very conscious about my singing, that fear and the fact that my voice had also
Just made it.
Yeah, it just made everything worse. So, and before I get into like my comfort zone, my fingers shake so much. So I didn't play well, didn't sing well, and eventually I put down the guitar and just performed the poem.
Okay.
So the takeaway, I think, that sort of redeemed me was the poem. I And I left that place really frustrated. Really frustrated. The beauty about it, I got one of my favorite photos performing from that show. Yeah. And when you see me perform, you can't quite tell what's going on in my head, but at a point in time, whenever I see the photo, I'm like, Carry this day. I think the fear comes from lack of confidence. Lack of confidence and not practicing. That's what I've realized. So I practice often, and the more I perform, the more confidence I get. So I'm trying to find different places, more places to perform. So this sort of kills. And when I go and when I approach it with I'm ready for this, the fear sort of wears off really quick, so I don't shake as much. So yeah, that's how I'm approaching it. I also just constantly pep talking myself. Yeah, that you got this, you're going to be able to pull this through, and breathing. Because breathing exercises really help me calm my nerves. I guess this goes back to what, because this is what the core of what business is. Well, let me first say this: smart people will always exploit people who are lazy or people who are not willing to go out there and make their own. Which this is also very debatable. Like, there are a lot of things that come into play. The streaming platforms are a good idea. They're a good idea for people who can take advantage. And they're also a good idea for people who are well established. Yeah. I have just recently joined a streaming platform, and I joined it to ease accessibility for my music. Yeah. As a person who's investing in this, I think it's a worthwhile investment, because where we are right now, people are looking for convenience, and if you can provide it to them, it might open more doors for you. Yeah. So I've only put my music there for convenience. Because my cousin was telling me he's in the Netherlands. I was telling me, well, you need to put your music there so I can actually access it too. I don't go to YouTube a lot. So I thought to myself, you know what? One person could become 2, 3, 4, 10. Who knows?
She's emancipated, but I fear that she is very baffled. Cause everyone around her wants to grab her by the reins. From the outside in, she's democratic to her people. From the inside out, she's so oppressed, she's suffocated.
It's a thing I can't change as an individual. It's a thing that would have to change. Like, the people would have to change. Because also, I guess the radio stations. The radio stations, and it would be nice if the radio stations created a wider platform for artists that are making music, you know, and invited artists actually to send their music to, you know, without actually making them bench, or, you know, just as long as the music is quality, let them get airplay. I would like for that to change, and then maybe that would also help to because if you give people something different to listen to, maybe they will welcome it. You get it? Because all this while we've been listening to Western world music, that's because they've been constantly playing it, so we welcome it and we get used to it. You know, if they play perfectly every day on the radio station, people will like it. I mean, it's a good song, credit to that. But also the number of times the song is played in the airwaves makes it popular. So if that would change, good. Also production. I listen to some of the music that people have produced because I have a certain level of knowledge about production. I wish people would strive to make quality music, because like quality music goes a long way. it has a way it speaks to the human brain. Yeah. So that is something that's like change, like production. So it'd be good for people to use what they have, but also aim to make the most of it. Get it? So now it'd be up to the artist, and also just jumping into opportunities. Where I'm at, I've been doing a lot of free production for people. I've been inviting people, and obviously because I'm not popular, I'm not out there, they won't trust my work. But for whoever has come, I've dedicated time, effort, and knowledge towards creating for them work. Because I want them also to put their work out there, just like I want. So it would be nice. I hope it's something that I can continuously do. So I'm looking for avenues where I can create money and also continuously do this for people who don't have the opportunity. Because I know what it feels like not being able. Actually, it was from being broke and not having the opportunity that I drove myself to learn these things, so I would do them for myself and also maybe do them for someone else that has the skill and needs to be given an ear. Yeah, so it's on the artist and also on the radio. Yeah. One, our colonizers still have their hand in our business. That's what I think our radio stations, some of them, if you go to like UCC, they have a license, or they pay for a license to play this music. And it's because this music, one, is quality, it's good. People will appreciate it, people will listen to it, and it will obviously make sense for the radio stations monitoring. So why our music is unappreciated is because we're competing with people who are producing really quality music, that's one. So we're struggling to get to that point, and some people have gotten to that point. And because I guess the idea of colonialism is still very embedded in us, we sort of dislike our own things. Yeah. We sort of dislike our own things. You find people who don't want to speak their language. You find people who aren't drawn to their traditional wear or their music. And then also the idea that we've been influenced for the longest time musically. You find that people are more drawn to music that has a piano, music that has a guitar, and yet our local instruments are not those things, you know. So my friend, for example, who in Kenneth Mugabe's song Nachi didn't like the sound of the Ndingidi. I don't blame her. I understand where she's coming from, because she's been influenced by instrumentation for the longest time. So we have to feed our people our music, our sound, for it to catch on. And because we are so influenced by these people, we're trying to replicate their things. And now that Nigeria, for example, has broken into the industry, now people are trying to make music like the Nigerian music, which is not ours. So we will appreciate the Nigerian music because now they've also reached a certain level of quality, and they're also being, if you look at the really good artists, the Nigerian artists, their distributors are from the Western world. Universal Music, Sony Music, and those people have their hand everywhere. So they popularize everything. So that's how Nigerian music has also broken into the industry. It's good, people vibe with it, and it also has a strong backing. So we have to feed ourselves with our music. That's one of the ways, and we also have to create quality music. Yeah. That's one of the ways that we will be appreciated, or we'll get a wider audience for our music, as they call it. My goal is to buy African instruments next year, so that I can infuse it into our music. Yeah, in a different way. I wouldn't want to do it like it's all African music. One, I wouldn't appeal to it personally because it's going to be a while before I can actually appeal to it without being forced. Because I haven't grown up listening to these instruments. But if I make an attempt to, because now I'm getting drawn to it, I'm getting drawn to Ndingidi, African drums for them, they're being used even in Western music. But like the akobo, Ndingidi, and the others, if the more we use this in our music and infuse it, I feel like people will get drawn to it. And our music will have its own identity. Yeah. I think one of the reasons I really like Mugabe's music is because of that. Because you will hear the guitar, but you will also hear the akobo. And the more I listen to it, the more it appeals to me. Because it's different. So you're like, what's, even you will listen to the song over and over, and you find yourself being drawn to it somehow, because it's now a different element that's being infused. And it's being infused very well. So if we get more of that, I feel like it will open doors for us.
Like I'm a threat.
Ready?
Okay, that was very quick. Who would it be and why?
It was very quick because I think about it because when he died, I was so sad. I think I actually teared. I was in India, I was about to finish my master's. I got the news. It's one of the artists that made me feel starstruck. I didn't think it would happen to me, but I met him sometime at the hospital. I saw him and I got so excited. Yeah, I got nervous. I didn't know how to approach it. I wanted to wave. I wanted to say hi. I didn't know what to do. And honestly, lyrically speaking, I really respect him. I really respect him. How he used simplicity to appeal to the masses. That's mind-blowing. Yeah, because if you listen to his lyrics, they're very simple.
They are.
And yet, and yet the idea, the thing is, to do something like that, you have to be good. You have to be really good, because there are people who are starting and they're using simple rhymes, but then it doesn't just appeal to you like the way his does. So he had reached some level of mastery, I believe. I wish I met him. I aspire to work with him and see his creative process and what Danga for me.
So you didn't say hi when you saw him?
I waved and he waved back.
And that was it?
Yeah. Then the other artists are really Casper Neil. I was actually listening to his song. Yeah, I was listening to his song today on the radio. I thought this guy is really dope. And I'd like to work with him because I feel like I vibe with him on those levels of I'm trying to be African, let's just create music and that's dope. Yeah. Then Burna Boy, Wizkid and Tiwa Savage. Yeah. Those three, I would like to talk to them about the business aspect of their music. I guess I just have a passion with Tiwa Savage.
Oh, that explains a lot.
No, but she's really good.
Yeah.
She's really good. I respect her in that regard. But also the other side. Wizkid, I think that boy is not even a boy anymore. I think he just has immense confidence. And that's one of the things that I was put in there. And I feel like Filmmaker picks up from him also.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
And I don't blame him. I see it. And that confidence is so appealing. Then the other thing about Burna Boy is for him creatively, because I see something in him that I aspire to have. He at the core is a hip hop guy, but yet he feels Afrobeat and hip hop. Yeah. I watched this interview of him saying he made if his music was food, it would be a pizza.
With like different topics.
Yeah. So for him, I'd like to talk to him about his creative process, because I know his influence is Fela Kuti. I'd like to know how he goes about it, and I also feel like he's very diverse, and then the aspect of him being socially conscious. Yeah. I just like to talk to him about that.
Totera kibonanga kigwawo kikugwa kubugwe ng'ekibala kyakucyankalanya ng'ennumba emirembe gy'okukitinkula.
I guess I'm not the appropriate person to speak about breaking into the music business because ideally I haven't broken it.
Okay.
I mean, how many people know my music? Do you know anyone of my song?
Yes.
Which one?
Yes. Yes, I think I've listened to one before.
Surprise me.
But I don't listen to a song before. I know that.
Yeah.
I know.
So I wouldn't. I guess I'm not fit enough. But I believe what makes someone break through the industry. Maybe I'll just give different kind of advice. But what I believe after this is, what I believe that makes people break through the industry is making a change.
Okay.
So for anyone trying to break through the industry, try and make a change. We are unique. Let that uniqueness stand out. You know, for example, when John Black came in, people warmed up to him. It's dope that his voice sounds different, but that's all. Just the fact that he's himself made everything what it is for him. What I'm striving to do mostly is to believe. And right now, I guess where I'm at, where the music that I make is that kind of music that isn't yet appealing to like the large mass, right? So that's also a different challenge. But I feel like I'm doing good with trying to be. Yeah. The other thing is, we're now living in a time where the industry is saturated. On top of making a change, one has to empower themselves with different skill. Because the skill of creating music in the studio is not sufficient. Yeah, business skills, people skills. These are the skills that are going to help one make it in the music industry and wherever they are. Because even if you're an architect, you have to have a certain aspect about your people skills. You have to have, otherwise you'll just stay there, you'll be employed, and that's where you'll be forever. And one thing I've noticed is doing just one thing is not quite sufficient for everyone.
It's true.
Yeah. So learning these skills, equipping yourself with these skills will help tremendously.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you have something to offer wherever you're going.
Not just this one thing.
Yeah, not just this one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're now living in a very diverse world, so we also have to adapt and be.
There you go.
It out. Late tracks till it's something I can smoke on. Cuddle up, drip sweat like a workout. Chit chat with somebody I can vibe with.
One shout out to my friend Samira, Hawa, several day, my mom. She's not going to watch this, but yeah. My mom, my dad. And whoever's watching this, man, thank you for watching. Who's listening or is reading, thank you. Yes, I have a new album called Akateva Nkano. Akateva Nkano is a word I made up. I made up on my own. I thought it was a word.
Okay. When did you think it meant? Where did you hear this word before?
I didn't actually hear it anywhere.
It just felt like a real word.
Yeah. Because anyway, like I pick up words from different places. When I read, when I listen, and sometimes when I'm writing, they just come. So sometimes I have to verify them, especially words in my language or in Uganda. I always have to verify them. So the word that I was going for is the word that I thought it meant was Okutavanguka, which is also a title of the track in the album, which means to, in Lusoga, it means to come out of a place that is stable, so to speak, in a sentence. It would maybe also, I guess it can have varying meanings depending on where you use it. So that's what I thought the word meant initially, because it sort of speaks of when I was writing that song, when the hook came to me, I initially was saying, and when I realized it wasn't a word, I had to find the word. I had to find what I was trying to say. So that's how I found out what now I know what it means. So that's as I've explained. So that song was for a long time it was titled Akatema, but stripped it of that and gave it the actual. Yeah. So as I was building up on the album and adding new songs, removing songs, and trying to figure out what I was trying to say in the whole structure, I realized the songs were mostly a person going through the troubles of the world. So you find that out talking about things like politics, things like love, but just trying to get myself through these processes. Yeah. So Akateva now means to go through the troubles of the world. Yeah, it's after my album Konjote, which has 9 songs. Oh, it's interesting.
So you don't
it just struck me. So yeah, and it's available on most of the major streaming platforms. Spotify, Deezer, Napster, iTunes, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, available for purchasing and streaming. So yeah, listen to it,
Sasubi, topowa. The game is a cycle, you lose and you win. Topowa. Horiwa manye, topowa.